Hi, everybody. It's Eamon here with this episode of Pat Monk's podcast. And on today, we have a very special episode. We do have Ian joining us, and Ian's from Blackbird. Welcome to the call. Welcome to today's podcast.
Thanks, Eamon. Pleasure to be here.
Very good. Very good to have you. So I was looking a little bit into Blackbird and what you're doing. I mean, it seems that you're working with a lot of like A-list, really big companies. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Blackbird, maybe just give a quick intro, what it is you do and how you help your clients.
Yeah, absolutely, Eamon. So Blackbird's a software company and we're a SaaS company, so software as a service. What we do and what we have in our arsenal is we are a patented video editing platform that can be used completely remotely on very low resources. So it's developed for the cloud. We're a cloud platform, and what makes us different is that when you use us as a cloud platform, it feels like it's on a desktop. So the fluidity and the responsiveness is absolutely it feels immediate. Feels like you're using a traditional non-linear editor that would involve a lot of boxes and hardware, but you're just using us on a website on a laptop.
Okay, fantastic. It's great to hear that. And so with that, I mean, how does that differ? How does that make it, what kind of problems are you solving, with your clients? Is it just making it easier for them to get this out to more of their people, or how do you find that?
I mean, what I could do now is reel off a load of stats for you about how we're better, but I'll try and keep it tight. What it means is that in terms of speed, we're 4 times faster, and we had all this independently verified. So this makes us particularly helpful to those that are creating content, video content that needs immediacy. What would probably come to mind for your listeners, your viewers, is news and sports. Those are the key things that need immediacy. And then more generally, we're very, very efficient. So in terms of cost, we end up being around 35% more cost effective than a traditional editing platform. In terms of flexibility, we can be used from anywhere on very low bandwidth. In terms of carbon efficiency as well, so sustainability is a huge focus for us as a business. We're 91% more carbon efficient than a traditional on-premise system, and 85% more efficient than another cloud system. So the way that we've been architected in the cloud allows for a huge amount of efficiency. So I won't bore you with any more stats. That's why people use us. They can use us from anywhere, and it costs less harmful for the earth, and it's also a lot faster.
Perfect. No, I like the numbers. It makes sense. I mean, 4 times faster, 35% less cost, and 91% less carbon.
That's it. You got it. Perfect.
They're all good things. And like, what kind of industries are you mainly focused on? Like, obviously, you mentioned sport, you mentioned news. I mean, is there different areas, or are they your 2 main niches?
Yeah, and so at the moment, traditional M&E, so M&E is media and entertainment, is our focus, and so really high-profile media companies like CBS Sports, for instance, produce all their soccer on us in the US. A&E Networks use us. We're used by the world's largest financial news organization. I can't say who that is, but we're widely used by that company out of New York. We're used by Sky News. We're used by lots of premium news and sports companies around the world. What we've also just done is done a licensing agreement with a Belgian operator called EVS, and EVS have 15 offices around the world. They're a much bigger entity than us, and they've now put Blackbird as part of one of their core new products called Via Create, which will mean not only will Blackbird be able to do direct deals with the likes of CBS, we'll also now be doing indirect deals around the world through EVS.
Okay, fantastic. That sounds like exciting times ahead. So with this, obviously, I was looking at your website earlier. I mean, how important is your website in gaining traction or getting new clients and customers?
It's absolutely vital. The website, it really is the extra sales team, really, that it's out there making sure that we give the right impression, give the right information that people need, have the right capture of data, and make it attractive for people and easy for people to supply data to us, their own data, so that we can rapidly get back to them. What we also have, it's probably different to most people's sites, is because the video codec that that Blackbird is built upon it's so unique and lightweight and applicable to this kind of work. We also have a part of the site which shows that codec in action, so that people can play around with the player that we've got and see how quick and easy it is to navigate through that codec. So yeah, it provides a huge amount of functionality for us. As a listed company as well, the company is listed on the AIM exchange in the UK, so we're a quoted business. We also have areas for our investors that include investor presentations or news releases that we have to make to the market. So it's all there on the website. It's fantastic for us.
Okay, great. So, and if there is like you're saying, to play around the codec, very interactive, if there's something that you can maybe improve upon or would like to maybe take to the next level on the website, is there anything that you're working on at the moment?
Definitely. So the way that the platform is sold at the moment is through a professional sales team who deal with tech buyers and procurement teams on the other side. And what we're looking to move to is to be a more director-creator model over time, so a self-service model. So the website will then take on an extra function, as well as being an area of information and data capture. It's going to be the payment gateway and the way that the customers will buy the software. So yes, as that develops over the next period of time, and we're talking months, not years, there's going to be a whole lot more functionality that's going to be required from the website and information that we're going to need from it too. So yeah, watch this space.
Good stuff. And let's switch gears a little bit. So let's talk about maybe you as a leader, obviously as the CEO of Blackbird. I mean, what keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis?
On a day-to-day basis, I have a number of different functions, really to make sure that my team is fully supported. We've got some really clever people in the team, from developers, whether front stack, back-end developers or full stack developers. I've got an amazing product team. I've got an amazing marketing teams, and my job really is to make sure that they all basically are tuned into each other and making sure that they're all pulling the same direction. It involves a lot of people skills, and it involves a lot of sitting down with team members to talk through their ideas and talk through their issues and talk through what they're hearing from the market. And it's a very 3 or 4 dimensional role, I would say, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Fantastic. It's like you're in an orchestra and you're just trying to like tune everybody in.
Yeah,
so
we have other stakeholders, of course. We have our investors, our investor community as well. So another very important part of my role is to make sure that I communicate with them on a regular basis.
Of course. And next question. I mean, what's the last book you read, for example?
So I'm a bit of a cheat when it comes to books. I signed up to a service called Blinkist. So I generally kind of whip through various books. What's fascinating me at the moment is as we develop our new product, is really to make sure that we've got a why. And so I've listened to the Simon Sinek, or we're at the Simon Sinek series on Start With Why. I'm also fascinated by psychology, because I was a psychology major myself. So I've just recently read, or through Blinkist, through Gabor Mate's The Myth of Normal, which is fascinating. And I've also got a hard copy, I must confess, of Prince Harry's book. So yeah, because you've got to stay with the zeitgeist, right? You've got to know what's going on in the world. So yeah, so I confess.
Some guilty reading. So very good. So I guess one thing is, like, obviously you're the CEO, but if you had to go back and use your first day back in Blackbird again, what advice would you give to yourself if you do start again?
If I was starting in Blackbird again, which was around 2018 when I started, it would be pretty much do everything that I did. I'm not saying, not going to say that I did everything perfectly, because the one thing I probably would have done more of is think more on the director to create a product side of things. We've always had it in our plan, but if I was doing things again, I probably would have accelerated that side of it. It's a really exciting area, and I think that we've got a huge amount of applicability in that area. So I'm really excited about getting our product out in the next period of time. Hopefully, some interaction with real life customers in 2023.
Okay, great. And well, look, thank you so much for being on the show, Ian. I want to leave you kind of like with the last word. I mean, if there was something, let's say if everybody forgot everything else that we just discussed and everything that we were talking about with Blackbird, if there's only one thing that you'd like them to remember about the company, I mean, what would that be?
It's that creating content should be a fun experience. It should be a simple experience. And it should be something that many people can do, because everyone's got stories in their head that they want to try and put onto either audio or onto video. So we're really about that, making sure that that experience not only is fun and it's easy to do, but also that it's a beautiful and elegant experience. And that's what Blackbird's about.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing that. And that is it for today's episode. So tune in again for our next episode. And that's it. All the best. Bye-bye.